I can see you guys are all bored. I'm looking at your faces. Well, so clearly that was the
This is like a podcast without the hype. The 15-minute morning show podcast. Here we go. We got lots to cover. Let's start out with the fact that our leader, the leader of the morning show and all the shows around us at iHeart, Tom Poleman is here. Tom Poleman, everyone.
Hello, Tom. You're the
Look into the
COP?
camera.
You're the cop?
No, dude, yeah.
Tom.
You got to speak into the microphone.
Chief Programming
Radio 101. Hello.
CPO. Okay.
Hey. Radio 101. You got to speak into the microphone.
I am.
And look at that camera.
Speak into the big pickle.
I can't get any closer.
I don't think the microphone's on, Scary. I don't hear him.
So Tom is...
Hey, we were just talking about running the board, and I offered to get the board out.
Yes, but I said to Tom, you're like in charge of everything. Do you think you could keep us on the air if you had to run a board? And his answer was no.
We would hit the iceberg right away.
Really? When's the last time you did a show?
How do you turn on this mic?
Oh, it's on. It's on.
Okay.
Tom, when's the last time you did a show?
1995.
That microphone is not on.
What are you doing?
God.
You know what? I need
Poor
people
Tom.
to...
You got it.
Okay, let me tell you.
guys.
Now he's got two mics. You're like the president. You're speaking into two mics at once.
I tell you what's going on here. You're in charge. You need to know these studios are defective.
Well, I see this one doesn't work.
It doesn't.
No, but you said that before.
Yeah.
Is it really
Is
working
it working now?
Now it's working.
I have to do this thing where you turn it on, off, on, off, on, off. And that's how it works.
Yeah.
It's not possible we have a defective board app, is it?
Shots fired.
Oh.
It's the Wheatstone. Hey,
that.
Tom, when's the last time you did a show?
1995. Houston, Texas.
Would you come host our show one morning?
Oh, my God.
Yeah, that
Why
was
not?
so fun.
Do I have to run the board?
No.
Okay, good.
Can we have Tom talk up a record real quick?
No. I hate that. I hate it when you do that.
I want to hear him talk up Finally by CeCe Peniston.
Can I tell you how a genius Tom is? He had this idea. Years ago, I used to work at a station in Houston called 104 KRBE. So Tom, after I left, came in and took over, and he gave it this wild slogan, which was called
Hits without the hype.
Without the hype. Where I don't think you allowed people to talk up intros, right?
No,
it was like,
no.
What was the philosophy?
Well, it was at a time when there was just all this crazy noise, and we thought you could be different by stripping it all back. And it worked for, I don't know, about a year.
Oh, that's good.
Right.
But then, then people wanted the hype back.
So what was your example? So, as opposed to how we do radio now?
It's no people hitting the bell and doing the echo and the jingles and all that. But that's actually what people kind of like, it turns out. But, for a minute it was different.
Yeah.
And you let the music breathe.
We were in I think it was like a three-station battle to be the pop radio station, and so it was a point of differentiation.
Okay.
So you thought being boring would shine.
Worked out great.
Well, no, really, Danielle, it'd be like, hits without the hype, KRBE.
Oh, yeah, no, that's not.
Here's
It was
Depeche
also
Mode.
when alternative music was really, really big in the mid-90s, or in the early 90s. So, anyway, I can see you guys are all bored. I'm looking at your faces. So, clearly, that was the
This is like a podcast without the hype.
Was it also, I feel like at the time, like Gen X and even millennials it was kind of like that uninterested but interested attitude. Like no, not an attitude, but basically like you're kind of like half-hearted about the delivery, and it's like, yeah, here's the new song from Beck. Cool.
Yeah,
Takes
exactly.
without the hype.
By the way,
And then you push it
I
out,
shouldn't take credit for it because it was Steve Wyristock who was the person that came up with it, and he was running the radio station.
It was all in the
at
presentation.
time. Yeah.
I know, but Scary, to your point, it was what the slick radio people thought people wanted.
Right.
In actuality, they didn't really want it all that much.
Right.
I mean, it worked for a while, no problem.
Yeah.
See, when I worked at KRBE, it was loud with lots of reverb in the background. It sounds like you were in a bathroom, And when you came to Z100, we still had the bathroom reverb turned up, and I was the one that told you to turn it the F down, right? Remember on the morning show?
I do.
They would push a button and turn off the
You were
reverb
like,
just
"I
from
hate
6
all
to 10
this."
a.m.
Yeah.
I hated it.
Yeah, it was interesting, but you realize it is a part of what the radio station has always meant to the town. It's kind of like Don Pardo on SNL. It's like, that big voice, It's just what people...
Yeah.
Don't you guys feel a nice load of calm when Tom is around? He calms me down.
No one acts like an ass when Tom walks into the room.
Yeah.
I think that's what it is, because when you're not in here, it's like a circus.
Yeah.
Which I like, and I'm usually doing things too. But then you come in and I'm like, oh, behave.
But normally when Tom walks in, we're talking about something inappropriate, and the poor guy gets involved, and then he walks out like, what the hell?
Oh, maybe we should ask him the question.
Let's do it. Let's talk about anuses.
Okay.
I gotta go.
I feel a level of protection when you're here.
What do you mean by that?
What's attacking us?
Because for my entire career, Tom has been there.
Yeah.
You pretty much. You came.
Tom gave me my first contract.
Right. You made me from part-time to full-time. You came in like a year after we started. So for me, you've always always been there. Say like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Tom Poleman is like the big umbrella.
Like a daddy?
I
Like your
feel
daddy?
like there's shelter. I feel solace when you're around. So
All right.
yes, and if you're ever not here, I feel that things could be in flux and I could be screwed.
You are ass kissing so much right now. It is.
I feel so safe.
Just say
Elvis
thank you
knows
for the
what I'm
Justin
talking
Timberlake
about.
tickets.
Danielle
Just say
knows
thank
what-
you for the Justin Timberlake tickets.
Okay. I think that's a very, very, very good observation. But you should hear Tom when it's budget cutting season.
The hair goes up like
All
this.
companies have them.
We know when Tom is stressed because he puts his hand on his hair and he like.
Well, no, but let's be serious. All corporations have to rethink all monies they spend. That is not an unusual concept.
Be honest.
So-
have I ever been on the chopping block?
Yes, you have many times.
Oh really?
Elvis,
Many
remember
times?
when you walked
I'm
into one of
kidding.
those meetings with donuts and you were like, it's just money. Have some donuts.
No, I tell you what, this company's always been extremely kind and supportive of this show. And I'm not, you know me, Tom, I don't butter your biscuit.
Yep.
But no, Tom has always been an incredible ally of this show and other shows. I mean, Tom is the glue in this company. And we appreciate that very
thank
much.
you. That's really nice.
And one night we got drunk and I sucked his finger.
Yeah.
And that's
I
when
was
he
waiting
leaves.
for that to come up.
That always comes up. And Tom's the reason. Tom actually is the one who said I was interning and I was doing stuff for the morning show, and Tom's like, hey, we want to try you on this show called Pajama Party. It's on the weekends. And I'm like, really? And he's like, yeah. And he gave me my first shot at doing that, and then I wound up getting this one, and like he gave me my first contract, and like it was crazy. I remember I almost fainted on the floor that day.
You did.
Not only
I mean,
outside
we owe a
of
lot to
It's
Tom.
funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tom was the one that forced me to come do the morning show.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, even outside of the
quit my
employment
first day here.
of people here, a lot of the songs that you've heard over the course of your entire life have been because of Tom Poleman.
That's right.
How crazy is that?
I think.
I feel like this is like a Tom banquet.
This is nice.
It's like he
I
died and we're
wasn't
all
gonna come
speaking.
Eulogy.
Yeah.
But like Tom was privy to all of these songs before they were hits, and he would say, well, that's going to be a hit. This is a hit. But what did you whiff on? Like, which song did you think was going to be a massive hit?
Oh, I don't
There
know.
are a lot of
Oh,
them.
Robbie Rosso. Remember Robbie Rosso?
I don't even
sex.
remember. I
Pure
purged
sex.
that from my memory.
Yeah.
It's like not enough room in the brain to remember those.
Well, look, picking the songs is a hit and miss thing, but you just
It is.
hit it and you just hope it becomes a hit.
Yeah.
And when it's a miss, you just get rid of it really fast. Yeah, it's true. Tom's first day at Z100, I tried to quit.
He
I
did.
resigned.
I walked in. It was a brand new radio station. The first time I walked in the building, I sat down. He's like, "Hey, nice to meet you. You got to get me out of this place." And I was like, "By the way, like half the staff quit, before I even showed up. I don't think I ever met our night jock. Remember him?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which one was it? I don't remember.
I don't know.
It was Chio the Hitman.
No.
No, it was.
Let's not use names.
Kane.
Kane.
All right, let's use names. But yeah, I quit the first day. I'm like, you got to let me go. I wanted to go across the street and do a morning show there. And he's like,
Yeah.
you've got a contract. You got
Was that the one where you and RuPaul were going to do a show?
Yeah, RuPaul
Yes.
and Elvis were going to do the show together at KTU. KTU
And Goomba
had just
Johnny.
come on the air. And Goomba
But you know what?
Johnny, who you just had on.
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Yes. By the way, that's the best mistake you ever made. Thank you. I appreciate it very much.
But
Okay,
anyway,
Tom,
yeah,
thank
you actually took the morning show with a bunch of the folks in this room here.
17th place.
Yeah, and really became the spirit of what Z100 was at the time, and took us back to #1. So, thank you.
Oh, that was
and
fun.
I was right.
Yes, you were.
Always remember.
That's why I gave your finger a good sucking.
Oh my God.
I could feel him feeling awkward.
I'm glad we had some time with Tom Poleman,
Yeah,
everyone.
Don't ever leave, please.
And that's the end of our 15-minute morning show
Oh, we
podcast.
didn't even talk about what we were going to talk about.
We'll talk about that tomorrow.
All
Now we have
right.
something to talk about tomorrow. Love you, Tom.
Love you, Tom.
Bye.
Go wash that finger.